I'm Sophia Menchaca.
And I'm Hallie Gold.
And here's what's happening at HMS. Veterans Day is next week. Our virtual Veterans Day assembly will include performances by band and choir and a speech by former Marine who now makes his living as a Hillwood teacher and coach.
You can honor veterans in your family by adding a brick with their name on it to the Hillwood Veterans Day wall.
Get your brick from your Hillwood teacher and turn it into that teacher or to Mrs. Gibson in the counseling office.
Now let's go to Riley with an update of the case of the missing house gear.
Thanks, Hallie. My sources tell me that the missing house tutus and capes have still not been located.
I see. Do authorities have any leads?
Campus security is thought to be closing in on several possible suspects and plans to prosecute them to the full extent of the law.
And are there any rewards being offered?
Yes, Hallie. In fact, there is a reward. Security Chief Mr. Chuck Cheeseman told reporters that if the house gear is turned in voluntarily, the suspects will not be prosecuted and the crime will be erased from their permanent record.
So you're saying that if the house gear is not turned in, it will go on the thief's permanent record?
That's right, their permanent record.
Wow, that's frightening stuff. Thanks, Riley.
And that's the news. Here's what else is happening at HMS.
At Utah State University in Logan, Utah. Kind of a, not necessarily lack of options. I was living in Montana at the time, working as a ski lift operator, so just snowboarding every day with one of my older brothers. I have 3 older brothers, and we kind of one day woke up and we were like, we probably should go to school. We probably should be going to college now. And we had a brother that was down there for their geology department. So we said, okay, well, he's there. Why don't we go down there? So that's really kind of what made the decision to go to that school. My favorite class there, that's a hard question because I had some amazing classes. One of my favorite classes was History of Urban America. And it kind of talked about the development of cities and the people that influxed into them. Then they got overcrowded, so people want to move out to the suburbs and how they're shaped and why. And then you get like the destination cities like Las Vegas or California with these theme parks. So that was a lot of fun. One of the my other favorite classes I took was it's a PE credit at Utah State, and it's snowboarding or skiing. And you rent the stuff through the university, and every Friday you went to the little ski resort that was like 20 minutes away. They had a shuttle that ran, and that was your class, was they taught you how to ski or snowboard. To prepare to get into college, one of the bigger things for me was I didn't go straight to college after high school, so I did take some time, and I kind of learned how to just take care of myself. So by the time I went to college, I knew how to cook meals, I knew how to do laundry, I knew how to like survive on my own. And you see a lot of kids that come straight out of high school that have no clue how to do any of those things. So I think that really, really helped me. One of the hard things you have to do, I didn't realize this, was you have to sign up for your own classes. Like you don't go to a counselor and they don't just give you a schedule, you have to do it. And I didn't know that. So one of my older brothers were visiting me like a week before school, and he was asking, he's like, you excited? He's like, what classes are you taking? I was like, I don't know, they haven't told me yet. And he's like, dude, you gotta figure it out. So him and I sat for like 4 hours putting these codes in to get these classes, and he kept giving me these codes, and I'd put it in, and it was like ancient Chinese astronomy. And I'm like, dude, I gotta take these real classes. We finally got a schedule hammered out, and I guess it really kind of worked out because I met my wife at Utah State, and she registered like the day you could because she's on top of things and I'm kind of a slacker. And we ended up having like 3 classes together, so it was meant to be, I guess. So I applied to a few different schools. I did get accepted to them. One of them was Mesa State University in Grand Junction, Colorado. I've been accepted there, and the day I was supposed to go register for classes and everything, I had the flu, and both my parents were out of town, and I didn't want to drive 7 hours with the flu to go register for college, so I just didn't go. There's a couple other schools I was accepted to, but I think the ones that I applied to, I was accepted to. So we have this song called The Scotsman, and I don't remember the entire thing. I know there's these whole hand motions, like the entire crowd does it, where it goes back and forth, and the whole crowd sings it. Our basketball section at one point was pretty widely known. We had this rather large student who would dress up in these crazy costumes, and he made the ESPN top 10 a few times. Utah State, back in like 2009, was one of the first schools to do the I Believe That We Will Win chant, and then the U.S. Soccer kind of took that on in 2014. I've argued with students, they're like, no, USA Soccer started that. No, they didn't. It actually started at Navy for their university. But Utah State really made it big out west. So they do that, and it's kind of crazy. Like, I know there's a few YouTube videos of it out there, but the basketball stadium at Utah State is like this big bowl that goes down. And when you have every student in the entire arena doing the I believe that we will win, it's kind of crazy to see. Like, it's pretty intimidating to the other team. I know Texas like loves their hand signals. Every college has one, but we didn't have one. The craziest tradition. So Utah State are the Aggies, along with a lot of other schools because it's an agricultural school. So there is this A. It's like a four-sided A in the middle of campus, and on a full moon, like they only do it like once or twice a semester, but you go there at midnight and you touch the A, and you have to kiss someone that is, they call it becoming a true Aggie. So you have to touch this A and kiss someone who is a true Aggie, then you become a true Aggie. So I know Texas A&M is the Aggies, but Utah State are the true Aggies. So that's a pretty crazy tradition that you like everyone at school does it. So they give you like a little card that says you're a true Aggie, made a true Aggie by this person on this date. So that's pretty fun. The hardest part about being in college was honestly staying on top of things because your parents aren't there anymore to like bang on your door and say, get up and go to class. So when I'd wake up in the morning and there's 8 inches of snow and I think I got to go brush it off my Jeep and I have to go all the way to campus and it's cold, I'm like, no, I'm just staying in bed. So that was really difficult, and learning actually, I guess, how to study outside. I was usually a pretty good student where I could just pay attention in class and do well, and you can't do that in college anymore. Like I remember the hardest class I took was human anatomy, and one of the teachers was like, okay, well, the test this week, here's your test review. It's everything over chapters 4 and 5, anything I've said in class, and anything on the slideshow. All right, good luck. So it was learning like how to sift through that information and be able to get what you need from it. Like, yeah, there's a teacher there, but you're teaching yourself a lot of things too. The best thing about being in college, I got to go with my brother, and we got to play on the hockey team together. So that is something that I'll always that was absolutely amazing. The experiences we had, especially together. I have a picture. It's in my classroom, and my dad actually has it in our house. He blew it up. We gave it to him for Christmas. And I'm actually getting in a fight during a hockey game right at the mouth of the net, and my brother is just standing there watching me. And so, I'm definitely taking the guy because he's small, but my brother's just standing there watching me. And so after the game, I was like, dude, where were you at? He's like, oh, you had it, you're fine.